Let me ask you something with absolute honesty. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and knew, without hesitation, that you were in complete control of your desires and not the other way around? Most men will never answer that question truthfully because they already know the truth burns. They know how many battles they've lost behind closed doors. They know how many times they've traded strength for a moment of weakness, traded clarity for a moment of escape. Men don't fall because the world is too strong. They fall because they surrender themselves to an enemy that feels good while it destroys them. Lust does not attack you like a storm. It erodes you like a slow, silent river, wearing down the edges of your spirit day after day, until you no longer recognize the man you once were. It weakens the core of your masculinity. It dissolves discipline. It clouds judgment. It steals the fire that once made you dangerous, focused, unstoppable, and the worst part. Most men think they're choosing it. They think they're in charge. They think they can handle it. But nope, lust has been studying you for years. It knows your boredom, your loneliness, your insecurities, your triggers. It knows exactly when to whisper to you, exactly when your guard is down, exactly when your hunger overrides your wisdom. Lust is not just a feeling. It is a spiritual toxin that promises pleasure while quietly subtracting from your soul. It convinces you that you're indulging, while in reality, you're surrendering pieces of yourself, one impulse at a time. But here's the truth they never taught you. A man who cannot master his desires will never master his destiny. Today, we're going to peel back every layer of this poison, expose how it steals your power, and reclaim the inner strength that lust tries to bury. But before we dive deeper into this journey, make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications to become a Stoic soldier, and drop a comment that declares your intent to rise above weakness. Write, "I choose strength over craving." Let that be the first brick in rebuilding the fortress of your mind. Thank you for being here. Now let's begin. Lust rarely attacks a man by force. It takes a far more sinister route. It waits for the moments when you are tired, bored, lonely, unmotivated, and then it slips into your mind like smoke under a door, whispering that you deserve a little escape, a little pleasure, a little break from the pressure of being who you know you're supposed to be. And each time you give in, something subtle but powerful happens. Your willpower, your inner general, your inner commander, steps back just a little. The strength that once helped you wake up early, stay disciplined, stay focused, take action. It erodes one decision at a time. And the real danger is that it doesn't feel like weakness in the moment. It feels like relief. It feels like comfort. But nope. It's a trap disguised as rest. Lust is a thief that takes your energy first, your ambition second, and eventually your self-respect. When you repeatedly surrender to impulses, your brain stops seeing you as a man who gives commands and starts seeing you as a man who follows cravings. And once cravings become the leader, discipline dies. You become easily distracted, easily overstimulated, easily drained. Things that used to motivate you feel heavy. Goals that used to feel exciting now feel distant. You lose your edge. You lose that internal fire that makes a man decisive, sharp, and grounded. This is why the great Stoics warned us. A man who obeys desire becomes its slave. Not metaphorically, literally. He gives up his sovereignty without realizing it. This section is about waking up to that truth and taking back the throne in your own mind. Lust is a master illusionist. It paints a picture so vivid, so tempting, so instantly gratifying that you forget everything you've built just to chase a moment that vanishes the second it's over. It says, "This will make you feel alive." It says, "This will fill the emptiness inside you." It says, This is what you need right now. But nope, that feeling doesn't last. It never has. Because lust doesn't give you anything, it only takes. It takes your energy, your clarity, your ambition, and when it's done draining you, it leaves you sitting in the same room, with the same life, but feeling slightly more hollow than before. That's the brutal truth men learn in silence. The pleasure that seemed so urgent, so magnetic, so irresistible, fades immediately. And in that fading, you feel the echo of something deeper, a kind of spiritual emptiness, a sense that you just traded something meaningful for something momentary. You walk away, not nourished, but depleted, not fulfilled, but foggy. And the worst part? You know it. Every man who has indulged in lust knows that strange, quiet regret afterward, the unsettling realization that the craving didn't solve the deeper issue, it only postponed it. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. The more a man feeds desire, the hungrier desire becomes. Lust is not satisfied by indulgence, it grows stronger, louder, more demanding. Every time you feed it, you create a bigger hole that needs filling. And that's how men get trapped, chasing a feeling that can't be captured, feeding a hunger that can't be satisfied, looking for completeness in the one place that will never offer it. This is the deception, the illusion, the lie. And once you see it clearly, you can never unsee it. The ancient Stoics warned us that the most dangerous battles are never fought with swords. They're fought within the chambers of the mind. Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, they all knew that desire, especially lust, is not just a feeling, but a form of internal corruption. They taught that when a man allows desire to guide him, he is no longer a master of himself. He becomes a puppet pulled by invisible strings. And that's the tragedy most men never see until it's too late. Lust makes you believe you're making a free choice, when in reality, you're obeying a craving that does not care about your future, your purpose, or your soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the things which enslave us are often the things we welcome with open arms. Lust is exactly that. It enters disguised as pleasure, but it sits in your mind as a commander, instructing you, distracting you, weakening you. The Stoics believed a man's power comes from ruling himself with reason, discipline, and virtue, qualities that lust strips away piece by piece. And they understood something modern society ignores. Every indulgence in desire is a vote against your future self. Every time you give in, you reinforce a habit that shapes who you are becoming. Stoicism isn't about rejecting pleasure. It's about refusing to be controlled by it. A man who cannot say nope to his impulses is not free. He may think he is. He may feel like he's choosing. But a chain made of cravings is still a chain. The Stoics knew that a man's spirit begins to rot the moment he lets desire override discipline. And the antidote to that rot is awareness, mastery, and the courage to confront the truth. You cannot become the strongest version of yourself while being ruled by the weakest parts of you. Modern society doesn't just exploit lust, it engineers it. We live in a world where corporations, algorithms, and entire industries profit from keeping men distracted, overstimulated, weakened, and spiritually numb. These systems know exactly how your brain works. They know what triggers desire, what images spark craving, what colors capture attention, what sounds stimulate the reward centers of your mind. Lust has become a business model, and you are the product. Every scroll, every ad, every suggestive thumbnail, every scene designed to hijack your biology is crafted with one goal: to keep you obedient to impulse. Because a man controlled by lust is a man who no longer has the energy to chase greatness, a man who no longer protects his time, a man who no longer says nope to distractions. And the most disturbing part, They don't need to physically defeat you. They can conquer you through your attention. They can drain your ambition just by keeping you overstimulated. The more you indulge, the less you build. The more you crave, the less you create. A man who is constantly pulled by lust becomes predictable, programmable, and easily guided by whatever bait they choose to dangle. The Stoics warned that external forces gain power only when we give them access to the inner citadel. Modern society has learned how to breach that citadel without force by convincing you to open the gates yourself. Look around. Weak men are profitable. Distracted men are easy to manipulate. Unfocused men don't revolt, don't challenge, don't rise. They consume. And when you understand this, you start to see lust not as temptation, but as a weapon aimed directly at your potential. If you want your power back, you must stop handing them the ammunition. When a man indulges in lust repeatedly, something subtle but devastating begins to happen inside him. His presence fades, not instantly, not dramatically, but gradually, quietly, the way a flame dims when it runs out of oxygen. Masculine presence isn't about aggression or dominance. It's about the calm, grounded, unwavering energy that makes a man feel anchored in himself. It's the way he enters a room, the steadiness in his eyes, the silence that carries weight, the clarity that others feel just by being near him. But lust erodes that. Every time you give in, you take a portion of that presence and hand it to momentary pleasure. Your gaze becomes less focused, your attention more scattered, your energy more frantic than calm. You're no longer a man rooted deeply in his purpose. You become a man pulled by invisible strings, drifting from craving to craving. And when presence fades, everything is affected. Your confidence disappears in critical moments. Your discipline wavers. Your emotional resilience thins. Even your voice changes. You speak with less conviction, less certainty, less depth. Women can sense it instantly. They can feel when a man has spent himself on lust instead of investing in purpose. Men with strong presence carry a kind of silent thunder inside them, an intensity born from restraint, discipline, and direction. Men who indulge too often carry the opposite, a faint restlessness, a lack of grounded energy, a scattered mind. Lust empties you. It pulls your masculine center upward into your head, into fantasy, into impulsive imagination, away from the grounded, powerful stability of a man who lives by principle. And the tragedy is this: most men never realize they lost their presence until someone else points it out, until life humbles them, until they wake up one day and wonder why nothing feels solid inside anymore. But presence can be rebuilt, strength can return, and the fire within you can burn brighter than ever if you stop giving your power away to the cravings that never deserved it. Rebuilding yourself after lust has taken pieces of your strength is not a quick fix. It is a reconstruction of the inner fortress you forgot you were meant to guard. And the first step isn't punishment, it's awareness. You must look at the truth directly, without shame, without denial, without excuses. Only then can you begin the ascent back into your own sovereignty. The Stoics taught that the mind is a citadel, a fortress that no external enemy can penetrate unless the gates are opened from within. Lust slipped in because you left the doors unguarded. Now it's time to close them, lock them, reinforce them. You rebuild by replacing impulse with intention, by replacing craving with clarity, by eliminating the triggers, the environments, the habits that feed the weakness. Some men think this is about sheer willpower, but nope. It's about strategy. Control your environment and you control your impulses. Control your routines and you control your thoughts. Control your attention and you regain your power. Start by giving your mind silence. Silence in the morning, silence before bed. Replace overstimulation with grounding. Replace scrolling with breath. Replace fantasy with discipline. Every day you resist the pull of lust, your mind adds a new stone to your fortress wall. Every day you choose strength over craving, you grow more dangerous, more focused, more self-governed. And slowly, the fog begins to lift. Your vision sharpens, your energy returns. You begin to feel like the man you were always meant to become, a man who commands himself rather than chasing shadows. Rebuilding the fortress of the mind is not about perfection, it's about ownership. It's about looking temptation in the face and saying, "You don't get to rule me anymore." This is where the shift begins. This is where a man becomes his own protector again. There is a truth very few men ever discover. Lust is not meant to be suppressed, it is meant to be transmuted. Within every craving, every impulse, every surge of desire, there is raw, unrefined energy. The same energy that can destroy a man when misused is the exact energy that can build empires when redirected. This is why the ancients spoke of sexual energy as fire. In the hands of the undisciplined, it burns their life to the ground. In the hands of a man with mastery, it becomes light, warmth, and fuel. When you stop wasting yourself on hollow indulgence, that energy doesn't disappear. It returns to you. It strengthens your focus. It deepens your voice. It sharpens your intuition. It fills your spirit with an aggression, not the hostile kind, but the purposeful kind, the kind that makes you move through the world with momentum and intent. The Stoics may not have used the modern language of transmutation, but they understood it perfectly. Every desire you conquer becomes strength added to your character. Every impulse you deny becomes discipline forged in your identity. And every moment you redirect your cravings toward your mission, your craft, your health, your ambitions, you become a force that other people can feel. This is why men who overcome lust walk differently. They speak differently. Their presence changes. Their eyes regain a depth that constant indulgence once stripped from them. You stop being pulled by fantasies and start being guided by purpose. The world begins to move out of your way because you move with the energy of a man who is no longer divided within himself. Transmuting lust isn't about losing something. It's about reclaiming everything you lost. It's about turning the very thing that once drained you into the power that now fuels your ascent. When a man reaches the point where lust no longer commands him, something extraordinary happens. He becomes untouchable. Not in an arrogant or invincible way, but in a deeply spiritual sense. The noise of the world no longer shakes him. The temptations that once pulled at his mind now pass through him like wind through an open field. He becomes anchored, centered, immovable. This is the essence of Stoic self-mastery. The ability to stand firmly in your own values, your own discipline, your own purpose, without being dragged around by impulses that once controlled your life. Men who conquer lust carry a different kind of aura, an energy that is calm yet powerful, humble yet intense, silent yet impossible to ignore. They are not easily impressed, not easily distracted, not easily manipulated. Their decisions come from reason, not craving. Their actions come from intention, not impulse, and their emotions follow their principles, not their fantasies. When you reach this level of mastery, the world treats you differently. People respect you without knowing why opportunities come toward you, because you radiate direction and certainty. Women sense the difference instantly. They feel that you are not a man who can be swayed by beauty alone, and that makes your presence magnetic in a way superficial desire never could. Your eyes become clearer, your posture stronger, your voice steadier. You operate with a kind of inner authority that can only come from overcoming yourself. The Stoics believed that true freedom is not the ability to do whatever you want. It's the ability to not be owned by what you want. That is the real liberation. When lust loses its grip on you, you reclaim the throne of your inner kingdom. And in that moment, you stop being a man driven by impulse, and you become a man driven by purpose. At the end of all this, brother, I want you to understand one truth that the world will never teach you. Your soul is not fragile, it is precious, and anything precious must be protected. Lust tries to buy pieces of your soul one impulse at a time, whispering that pleasure is worth more than discipline, that craving is worth more than clarity, that escape is worth more than strength. But nope, your soul was never meant to be traded for moments that leave you emptier than before. You are meant to rise above that. You are meant to walk with a quiet power, guided not by urges, but by principles. You are meant to build something with your life that outlasts every temptation that tried to pull you away from your path. And the moment you choose mastery over impulse, everything shifts. Your spirit becomes lighter. Your presence becomes deeper. Your purpose becomes clearer. You stop being divided inside. You stop losing battles no one else can see. You stop weakening your own foundation. Instead, you become whole, strong, focused, grounded, aligned. This is the life the Stoics spoke of, a life led by virtue, clarity, and inner sovereignty. A life where your soul cannot be bought, manipulated, or corrupted. If you felt this message today, if something inside you awakened, if you're ready to rise above the poison and reclaim the man you were meant to be, then like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications to become a Stoic soldier, and drop a final comment saying, "My soul is stronger than my cravings." Thank you for watching. Brother, stay disciplined, stay focused, and stay unshakable.